My sadhana nightmares and the great loot. The gurus have blocked each other, their paths to Siddhalok, from their self. Now the great beings of Siddhalok will not be able to locate their whereabouts and ill intentions. What a plan! Their tricks, tactics and malpractice, not to say their crimes, will interfere in the existential procedures. Their intentions are not in sync with the existence. No one is supposed to interfere in existence, even if you are capable to co-create with energies and power. You must know the difference between malpractice and manifestations while co-creating. Malpractice results in acquiring papa karmas or sins. How does great masters make such malpractitioner gurus who has developed the taste of manipulating the Sri Vidya art? Karmas wronged and losing malpractice to become great rather than becoming great. Karmas wronged and choosing malpractice to become great rather than becoming great. They have pulled cords from my I am to raise their own I am. Their I am was in the transcendental space. As I evolved from the super consciousness towards the inverted consciousness, they pulled cords from my I am to raise their own I am, to achieve an inverted consciousness for themselves. Atmananda said, it's once in a lifetime opportunity for him. Such states have to be earned, not stolen. They have drawn out the soul of my husband 15 times, my sons 3 times, my old mother's 3 times, kept it pining out for an hour and then to return back into the body. These pure souls were made to suffer to irritate Shakti. The souls were later pushed back into the body. My family was also given extreme sufferings to irritate the existence itself. With their unfair intentions, they manifested in inverted consciousness for themselves. Atmananda's wife, with first life in spirituality too, was given an inverted consciousness, unworthy yet granted. They choose malpractice over righteousness. They haven't let me have access to my energies, but equipped their closest relatives without my consent. They tried to take away the blessing that I acquired from my self-meditation, but that did not happen. Now, while they have taken me in their Ganga of consciousness, it's being reflected in us. They are not supposed to grow big on the basis of my Shakti and efforts. Malpractice. They have burnt my blessings, the Ashtasiddhis in my Sushumna Nadi, the central column, that the gods granted during my divine, spontaneous sadhana. The Mahakundalini process was stopped abruptly after 3 rounds by burning the energy in my Swadhisthana chakra. The burning heat was then shifted to the adjacent bone to save the chakra. This bone burned for 2 solid days. My bone was burnt with heat while I am still alive. My whole body was burnt many times to burn my energies. They forcibly withheld my sadhana. They have stolen my mind's processing powers as they find themselves incapable to achieve the same. Then they shared theirs even if I did not need any, not as complementary, but so that they don't acquire papa karmas or sins to steal my mind's processing power. They have been pulling my energies from myself without my consent to fill up their system and of their closest relatives and drain me out. They wish to delay the complete manifestation of my avatar to work out their plans. By using my energies and by bringing me down in evolution, these 3 gurus desire to become great and make money. They are curbing my ascension with unfair programs given in my Sushumna. They want to appear great in public by bringing my family and me down. My I am has been pulled and thrown in the collective many times. The gurus have attached my I am on theirs to grant themselves my Satgati or Mukti or liberation and an entry in my frequency. They have given a high pitch in my frequency that results in rage in the attitude through the consciousness. They have constructed my life patterns in their Sushumna Nadi to attract the energies of my Shakti towards them. They don't let the downpour of my blessings fill up my system and complete the manifestations of the avatar. They have installed energy blocks on my head and energy plates on my psychic to withhold my sadhana before they achieve their personal purpose. I am not allowed to see through the third eye and defend or slave myself from them or heal my family. With the Sri Vidya art, these three gurus have raised their DNA by stealing mine to raise themselves and to save themselves from their pap karmas or sins with plasma programming, have changed my family's DNA with their DNA of crimes. Malpractice again. Sadhak's DNA should not be wrongly programmed. We have achieved an evolved DNA with the tapasya or austerities that I have strived for since my past 6 lives. They have changed my mind plates or mind triangles to push my existence back in evolution. My family and me were made to suffer so that the gurus could grant an evolved mind to themselves. They removed the light from my Atma or soul to make it suffer. Then they gave their light to make my soul befriend them. Otherwise, my energies would consider them as my rivals and would not flow towards them. They have used astra energy weapons on my consciousness and cut my attachments with my husband. They have also used it on my families and my will to erase the images of their terrorism on my consciousness so that those that can see through now cannot, and the will does not remember that what has happened to us in our next lives also. This is not all. They have tried many other malpractices of the Sri Vidya art to make my family and me suffer on behalf of them, their sins. Their tricks, tactics, and ill intentions were to have a control over my family and me along with my energies. We cannot get away. They have plans to pull my infinite potential to serve them as they have none. If this happens, they will become powerful and I alone cannot beat the 3 gurus and get away. Also, Atmananda has trained his wife to spread spiritual terrorism with energy upon my family and myself. Prabhuji, Mahasiddha Ish Putra of Kaulantak Siddha Vidyapeeth have instructed that the existence is in the survival mode, not war mode. Then why should these 3 gurus indulge in spiritual warfare and promote war mode? It's interfering in existence. We want to change our guru. Free us from your trap. I was in the impression that they would let me complete my sadhana, so I didn't think of an escape any earlier. I am opposing to include my children in their group. They have terrible plans. So they are bringing it on my children in their sleep. My family is hit with energy in their sleep. They choose malpractice over righteousness. Everything cannot be proved, but we have to expose these 3 gurus in public. Thank you.